You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
I'm waiting for the lead-in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Hi, welcome to SmackDown After Show. I'm Ric Drasin, your host, and we have an array of guests today, and I'm surrounded by estrogen. And my testosterone is raising. I want to get through the roof. But this is going to be a fun show today. I want to introduce my co-host, Angelina.
Hi.
Who's the sunshine of the show.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
She's so good.
Sunshine.
All right, so I'm going to have to work this a certain way with our guests. Okay. I have a very special person sitting next to me who's a big part of my life, and her name is Ina, and she just watched wrestling for the first time, about a month ago or so?
Just about.
First, I took you to an indie show.
Yeah, that was great.
And it was like WTF was going on, right? Mm-hmm. Because there was no continuity to it at all. Then you watched SmackDown, and you said it was pretty good.
I actually liked it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah. Good.
It was different. Okay. Then I'm going to have you introduce Melissa.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Because I see she has a whole book of notes.
Oh, I do. I always keep a book of notes.
Melissa has a whole book of notes.
Oh, no.
Where?
Go along with what I'm saying.
Oh, I get it. This is like, okay, so
and you
on
girls
the
aren't
fly,
blonde.
we're not
You're not blonde, so how'd that
No, not really. Maybe somewhere in the roots.
You know what? We do share something in common.
Yes.
Actually, we share two things in common.
What, me?
Well, yeah, 3. Okay.
No, that's mine.
So one thing we do share in common is that we are both the same height. 5'2"
Yes,
inches.
5'2".
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, good things come in little packages.
And things are always looking up.
Yeah. And then the other thing is we both have ties to David McLane in our wrestling history.
Oh, you guys are both married to him at one time?
No, but I worked with him, as you know, in Glow.
That's right.
So he helped launch that, and he was the creator, the whole mind behind putting a female show together.
That's right.
And if you want to see more about the Glow history, please, check out our documentary, glowthemovie.com.
I have a tie to David McLane, too.
What's that?
I got an email from him a couple of months ago.
What did it say?
Hi, Rick.
Oh, that's nice.
How about training some girls?
Awesome.
So we haven't come to a conclusion yet, but he did ask me about it. So.
That would be great.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And so this beautiful woman sitting next to me.
Yes.
La Niño.
Yeah.
Did I do that right?
Niña.
Oh, Niña.
It's okay.
La Niña.
We'll practice it. She'll get it right eventually.
Which means the little what?
Well, La Niña, it technically means like a little girl, but it's also a tropical storm in South and Central America. So when, La Niña is very, very nice until you get
Rile
her
it up
mad.
and then look out.
And then she just, takes over.
The little storm turns into a big storm.
Big
Watch
storm.
out. Okay.
And speaking of storm, she is part of the Tropical Storm tag team.
It's a tag team, yeah. So,
now we know
I'm
where it's
tagging.
going.
Yes,
Get it?
exactly.
Yes.
La Niña.
Yeah, tell us about WoW. What's
And
going on?
Paradise is my tag team partner. She's,
I live in
she's
paradise
watching.
every day. I get it. My breathing, my heart's pumping. I'm in paradise.
Oh my goodness.
So tell me about WoW just a little bit so people know.
WOW it's short for WOW Women of Wrestling, and it was created by David McLane, and now it's actually handled by McLane and Jeannie Buss, so the daughter of the owner of the late Jerry Buss.
That's
and
right.
She is all about it, very excited. It's very much a comic book feel, so that's what we're going for, and Jeannie loves it. She loves comic books, and she loves just having women in a position of like power, just powerful women doing amazing things, and she's all about that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
Well,
with WoW,
Yeah,
how long
with
have you
WoW.
WoW's fairly new.
Yeah. Well,
it was
about
around years ago.
About
Right.
2001,
back
actually.
again.
Yeah, they had a couple pay-per-views, and then now we're doing a comeback. So I'm actually one of the newer WoW wrestlers. So about a year with WoW. So it's going to be a year in a couple months, actually. So
Really?
when I got the phone call. So I've been training with them, and Lee and Kaitlyn actually trained me, and I fell in love with her. She's been a very big motivator for me, and anytime I have questions, because I'm new to the business, so anytime I have questions or concerns or want to know about a move, or I want to, she definitely inspires me, and
that's nice.
she guides me, so she's great.
So you're taking bumps?
My friend, all the time. I love them.
Yeah.
I love it. Actually, first time I ever took a bump, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I just discovered something amazing.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You have a bump card, which means that you punch it every time you bump, and you get limitations, and you run out of bumps after a while.
Oh, do I?
After a few years, there's no more bumps.
I think my bump card is pretty new, so I
when
think
you
I'm
fill
good.
that up, you're gonna say, okay, I've had enough bumps.
Then we'll talk.
I'm actually doing a reverse show of WoW called Mom, which would be Moms of Wrestling.
Hey,
Yeah,
Stop it.
They've got
Seriously?
it over 60. Yeah, they've got to be beat up like Mae Young.
Do they bump?
No.
No bumping.
They only go bump in the night. That's about it. When they try to get to the bathroom or the kitchen in the dark, and they bump. So that would be a good show, though.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Wow.
So
yeah, we are here to talk about SmackDown, which aired last Friday.
Yeah.
We are going over season 15, episode 725. Have they been in it for a while?
Wowzers.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I just love hearing how many episodes deep they are. Well, let's start off by talking about what happened.
Okay.
What happened right away is that it was a match. We had Daniel Bryan weighing in at 210 pounds versus Christian.
35 pounds of his hair.
You think? You think? Yeah. And then he went up against Christian, 212 pounds. So it was really kind of a fun match to watch the two similar body styles and what they were able to do with each other. I thought it was probably there were two great matches for me, and this was one of them because
You saw
of
parts of that one. The first match, yeah.
Yeah, there was such complexity, and there was such a build-up. And
Well, Christian's been around forever.
Yeah.
And he's good.
Yeah.
And of course, Daniel's good too.
Yeah.
What was your view on the match, Melissa?
I just like watching Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why's that?
It's cute.
He was part of a very
I think he had a
popular
really
tag team.
good comeback. I honestly thought that he was actually going to win and he was actually going to take it. So I was kind of disappointed when he didn't win. So, but it was a great opening match. It kept me wanting to watch the whole show, and I think that's what kept me watching if I were watching.
What's different about that is they didn't do 15-minute promo to open up, which you guys.
They got right to it. Yeah. So
kind of fun. There was the. They did a flashback to Monday night where Daniel Bryan went up against Orton and was able to use the ladder to get the briefcase to promote that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. At tonight, they're airing the pay-per-view, so it's going to be fun to see who actually wins that ladder match. So, so Daniel has that under his belt. And I honestly thought, really, technically, was really well done. They worked really beautifully together. Christian was flying. He was doing like the flying drop kicks, which to me are just
a flying like high kick. That one was that was probably I kept rewinding that. I was
Isn't
like,
that beautiful?
ooh. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Oh my God!
Executed
Do you remember
beautifully.
what I said to you that I liked about that match so well?
Which one?
First one.
What is it?
Tick, 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 tick. Okay. The fact that they were doing old school selling. Remember I explained to you?
Yes, the fingers.
Doing
this. Totally
I
loved
said
it.
to you that
You're
go back to
right.
old
Like
school.
kind of Christian got up on the top rope and was kind of doing this, and I was like, oh yeah,
And he sold the arm the whole match.
oh yeah.
And how about the audience? Those arcs that they gave the audience. Like, it just came up and down, and it was so nice to watch. Each of them were able to bring the crowd into like their takeover. It was so cool.
It was a good flow.
Well, like you said, because you understand coming into wrestling new that it has to have a storyline.
It has a storyline. It had a flow. They didn't stop. It was just one after the other. It was very natural.
Right. In the indie shows,
it
we
was
didn't see
interesting.
we didn't see any of that in the indie shows.
No.
Yeah.
And everything
No, it
was
was
like
pretty
just
boring
a
at
big
some point.
cluster.
It's like,
It has to have
yeah.
that arc.
It has
You
to.
need to see that story.
Right.
And
You
they
could see
had
them.
that story, and it was very much like one move after another, and they'd stop and kind of bring the audience together and then give them something more amazing. So I was excited the whole time.
That's the whole key to this whole business is connecting with the audience. If you can't connect, then you lose them. That's
They don't want to see you. They don't care for you.
Exactly.
Did you guys see when Bryan did the knee? He was on the apron and he does a knee to Christian's nose.
Yes,
That looked
I felt it.
I was like, ow! I mean, there was just
That's
you
a
have to
sign.
have a lot of trust in the person you're
and
working
you have to be
with.
polished, and you can't flinch or move. If you move an inch the wrong way, you're getting a knee in the nose.
Exactly.
I made some points about this match that I thought really kind of caught my attention, which was you don't see this a lot in the WWE, but with Bryan and his hair, it's so easy to do like hair pulls with him and just kind of work him off his head.
Keep him there.
Yeah, it's so funny because it reminds me more of like that's kind of like what we do in the female division is we do a lot of hair pulls, right? And you just grab
You're not using the hair. You're using the hair the whole
I
time.
wouldn't know much about that, would you?
Yeah. No, it's not something you have to
hair
work on.
Right?
Really?
Yeah, you can do
Wow.
a Chinese hair, just take her out and.
So Christian, again, this is all a build up to the ladder match, which is happening tonight, but he's really favoring his arm, so you're really worried.
Right.
How far does Christian want to, how much does Christian want to take in order for this match?
Well, he had a prior injury or a surgery on, I think, his arm or shoulder or something, and that's why they were playing into that.
Yeah, they were playing that shoulder, right? Was that the one with the hand?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
What's going on with that?
when you bring that forward into a match and you can work the audience off that and they know about it, then you've got a good match going.
Yeah.
But you got to sell it. I mean, there's so many guys that don't. They'll do it and they'll come right back again.
I love the way Bryan runs. He runs around that ring. He's going from corner to corner, and he's running and kicking, and it's just like a little Tasmanian devil the way he just works it, right? Just ring, and then
over the past year or two, he's improved so much.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can't do.
Right.
And he just lets it all, and he just knows where to go. Every time there's a counter or a move, they know where to go. That's a real pro.
Yeah.
And a lot
So
of guys
true.
get lost. You have to work with somebody who knows how to work you in the ring, of course, work a seasoned wrestler. And if you can follow them, they're in good shape. And both those guys don't even have to think about it. They just do it.
Well, actually, Christian taps out on that one via a submission.
A submission. Oh, yeah.
I was surprised.
That hold was great, though. He had him around
And you could
the
only
face.
see-
You could see his one eye, just kind of like tapping out. I loved it.
It was perfect.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, really top-notch work. So then we see our first promo. It's Teddy and Ziggler, and Teddy is like, "Oh no, Del Rio's coming out tonight, and you're not doing anything to screw with that. I'm going to let you go. You've got the night off." And Ziggler did not like that.
No.
I thought it was kind of fun, actually, because Ziggler is fantastic on
is good.
promos. He's still charismatic.
Yeah.
Just like
He's come a long way, too.
Yeah.
He's come a long way.
Yeah. So Teddy, the big reason Teddy doesn't want to start any trouble is because Vickie just got fired on Monday Night Raw.
You saw that.
Oh, yeah. It was really
you?
dramatic.
Vickie the one that's
on the
screaming and
floor.
screaming.
Crying and
Yeah.
stuff.
On the floor. Tantrum.
Oh my God! Yeah, Stephanie actually does the firing. Vince blames it on the audience. It was because of
his
them.
fault.
Yeah. And Vickie just. I don't know how they're going to work that,
I
but
don't know.
Teddy's not taking any
wasn't happy
chances.
at all.
Teddy says, I'm not going to push this envelope, and you're not going to do anything to screw with what I'm trying to create here on SmackDown. So he sends Ziggler packing for the rest of the night. Then it's match 2.
I can live without Vickie. I wouldn't want to come home to that screaming in the house.
not.
What if they just turned the mic up so she didn't have to strain her voice so much?
It's just the same person. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she does her job well.
Yeah.
She gets everybody to hate her,
Yep.
and she does her
the
job.
point.
Yeah.
And so I guess we're all in agreement.
She gets paid for people to hate her.
Yeah, she gets paid for people to hate her. Come out and scream and get paid for it.
Wow, that's
Well, it's a
job.
nice
I know.
gig.
And
It's a
pretty
nice
good money,
gig.
too.
Yeah, I would take
Real
that in a
money?
heartbeat.
Yeah.
Hate me. Hate me.
Pay me and hate me, baby. Hate to pay me.
I'll go shopping.
Well, it's really funny. After Eddie died and all the Guerreros have been through their course, they kept a job for her. And they kept her working, which was
Yeah.
a really nice gesture because she's done pretty good.
Yeah.
She took the ball and she ran with it. Took the
Yeah.
mic and her character and she went forward and she just does a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be back. you know, they'll find another spot and back door to come back in again.
She came in through the back door.
Yeah, she
She
did.
got fired
At the end.
At the end.
We'll go
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
right. Later on in the show,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly.
She kind of did sneak in.
You gotta love it. Okay, so at this point, match 2 starts, and it's Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns
Right.
versus. So it's the Shield versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay.
Yep.
Who, I don't know if you noticed, but they are face painting their face to match their shorts.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah,
you just
they all
love
look
that?
alike, right?
Yeah.
They all look alike. Exactly.
Yeah, but I was like
got
last week it was
confused.
blue, and this week they were in
red.
red, so matching face paint and shorts, and I absolutely thought, yeah, rock on. That was so cool. And what did you think of that match? Because I was really surprised by it.
Well, I like the Usos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usos.
Jimmy and Jay.
Usos. One of them had been to my house to train. He came by with Rikishi one night, and they got in the ring. He said, "I want you to see my son work," and he was like really good. This is several years ago, but they work well, and working with the Shield is like just perfect.
Yeah, I was, for me as a viewer, I was like, wow, I thought I was watching a squash match
Right.
in the beginning, because I
Right.
was just like, wow,
Yeah,
how
they
much
took
is how much is Seth going to take?
I know.
What are they going to do here? I mean, is Roman going to come in and save the day, and then
But the
it went-
psychology was good
yeah.
because they led you. I
Oh,
believe.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. It was just because I am such a fan of the Shield, and I know just how. And you love heels because you're a heel yourself,
Yeah.
but
I can tell by looking at her she's a
yeah,
heel.
she's a heel.
Yeah, I don't like her already.
Good.
I'm
Fool
gonna
me all
try
you
and
want.
Give it the face.
going to try and
Okay.
get her over here to the baby face side. But actually, with that, it happened really fast, and it was a quick squash match, it seemed like, and Roman didn't even get in the ring. There was some stuff going on outside the ring, and that was the end
Oh,
of that.
yeah, distracted.
Yeah.
You know, in the past several weeks, he's been in the ring very little. I don't know if he's got an injury or what, but he's rarely in the ring to do much. I don't know why. We talked about that before.
Well, ever since he hurt his ankle, do you think? Remember when we
Yep.
thought we saw him?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know what's going on there, but he doesn't come in much.
I wonder. I wonder.
Why don't you call him and ask him?
Do you know him?
We have, she will in a minute.
Who says I know him?
Well, I can Google
What's
it.
going on?
Can you Google it?
Where's that in the notes?
Just Google it.
I'll Google it.
No idea.
But you know, they're entertaining, and the Shield. At first I didn't care for them the way they worked their situation, but I think they're top guys now. And the Usos too. I mean, I've always liked them. I mean,
Yeah.
they should be in a Polynesian restaurant doing an act.
Well, they went over so fast,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like,
They're good. They're quick. They
Yeah.
get the job done.
Man.
They're definitely good.
yeah, they are. And I love their dancing in the beginning too.
Yeah.
When they come out and
I
they
can
do
do
their
that.
head hunting thing. You know,
Can't
it's awesome.
I do
Does
that.
he do that at night
I do it in the car.
At
before
night,
you guys go to sleep? Is
That's
he doing one of those in the bedroom?
Oh, one of those.
ritualistic dance before going to sleep.
Nobody do the makeup.
Does it in the car.
I do it in the car and the face makeup.
Oh, funny. All right, so let's go on to match 3, which was Jericho. Who,
Wait.
What?
We had a different thing going on there.
Wait, no.
We
With,
had Vickie and Brad Maddox thing.
Oh, you know what? I skipped over it because I thought we kind of covered it, but
Okay, let's go.
let's talk
No,
about
no, I
it
don't wanna
again.
talk
Do you
about
want?
it. No.
Brad Maddox gets moved up to GM
Right,
on that,
right.
and I don't have a lot of knowledge regarding Brad Maddox or what he's going to bring to the table, but he sure does look young.
He's only like really young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good though.
Yeah. Good
Okay,
deal.
let's go on.
So yeah, okay, now Jericho versus Curtis Axel,
Yes.
and this just keeps getting better and better and better. Curtis Axel is still the Intercontinental Champion, weighing in at 228 pounds. He looks like he's tanning more. He's got his character down and defined.
Much better.
His work, he's did like a 180 from when he first
Yeah.
showed up into the WWE to
Yeah.
now he's like this force to be reckoned with. And
Yeah.
I thought when I was watching this match, for me, I just love suplexes.
Me too.
I just think they make
That's
a
funny.
pop.
That was on mine.
Yeah.
Well, I explained to you about Chris
Love
Jericho
it,
that
yeah.
he's off in other things, reality shows and all the blonde. Kid.
Is he?
You were dozing off, but I still told you. She gets real tired at night. So I was explaining who he was and how he was.
At night, like that's a bad thing, sleeping
No.
at night.
Well, she's up
I
at
don't
4 in the
sleep at
morning.
night.
And you're just like, God. but anytime you
I
work with
watched it with
Jericho.
my eyes closed. Come on.
I know, one eye was I heard a 1, 2,
Rusting
3. Anytime you
Very
work with
confident.
anytime you work with Jericho, you're going to have a good match.
Oh, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
And Curtis Axel, of course, is from a family of wrestlers, so
Yeah.
he's got the knowledge, he has the ability. And Paul working with him, of course, as mouth, which is great. He's you have to get better every week. You have no choice.
Yeah.
You have to get better every week, and every week he gets better. You know, whether you're working at it or not, it's going to rub off.
Right.
Just being around it.
Right. Heyman, speaking of Heyman down at the sidelines, I love watching him. I always want the camera to cut away to him because he's so expressive with his face. And there was one point in the match where he looks at Axel and he's like, that close.
Oh, yeah.
That close. And I thought, that's perfect.
It was.
That's so perfect.
Did you see his black eye?
Yes. Yeah.
It was healing.
Something.
It's healing, yes.
Yeah, what was that Monday Night Raw? I didn't want. When did that happen? Because it wasn't there last
It happened
week.
Prior to the show in the makeup department.
It was a little oily.
It was oily, wasn't it?
Sweaty.
Yeah, sweaty and oily.
Sweaty booze.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I, was floored by like the roundhouse kick to the side of the head. They're
You could
doing a
hear
lot
it.
of that.
It was so good.
They did that. They did a playback.
Yes.
They rewound it and played it again. It was so.
You just hear it. It's just.
Do you box?
I do Muay Thai.
All right, so you know the UFC, you know the fighting situation as well as wrestling.
Yeah.
That kick in the UFC will knock you out.
Yeah, we'll take you out.
Big
completely.
time.
Yeah.
So when I see that and they hit like that, their timing has to be just right.
Perfect. It makes me nervous, actually.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, wow, like you really have to be on it and trust that person.
And
that
you
you're
heard
with.
it.
Oh yeah.
You heard it hit.
You're gonna feel that,
Sure.
but you don't want it to
No.
cause,
So where I'm just
pass out.
curious because I've never did that move. So where are they aiming? Right here?
No,
to
right
get
here,
probably
right about
the
here.
neck?
Yeah.
probably the
She's
neck,
got it
because
right
if you
there.
get it to the ear or
Yeah.
any to face, I mean, you want to do it here, but I mean, you can take the equilibrium off. I mean, you
Easily.
just kick it and
Like an
you're
inch.
completely gonna just knock out.
Exactly.
Lose it.
I was taught years ago by Mae Young. Mae Young trained me. She's like 90 now. But she always told me when you hit somebody, hit them in the meat of the neck because you don't get hurt in here. It makes a big sound and it takes a lot of abuse.
Big
So
muscle.
you can do it.
Wow. I'm
So
glad we
what-
never did
what
that.
Well, you can't.
Do you guys do that?
It's not too late.
Oh my God! Yeah, let's not go in that direction. So with that, it was Jericho's second win over Curtis Axel,
Yes.
and he does this code breaker over the ropes, which was like freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
It leaves Axel delirious, bouncing around outside with Heyman trying to keep him happy and get him out of there. I just think they're working really, really well together.
Yes.
And Paul, you're so lucky if you get to have him right by your side as a manager. What great material he brings to the table. Just keeps putting you over, giving you
No question
stuff.
about it.
It's awesome.
They make you an overnight star.
Yeah, which it did.
Yeah?
Which it did. Any thoughts on that?
No?
Okay, so let me continue on
match.
then.
Good match.
Good match.
It was.
Nice picture.
I like that. Yeah.
Nice picture.
They did go right into another match,
Gorgeous.
so they kind of kept the momentum going, and I really liked that. Match 4 was The Miz versus Ryback. So The Miz, 221 pounds, and Ryback is 291. That's a huge
291.
size difference. I mean,
see it.
Ryback's like a gorilla
Yeah,
when he's
you
in the
can
ring.
see
You were
it.
291 yesterday, right?
I was 291 yesterday, yeah.
Oh, so you're the size of Ryback then, huh?
But I have something to say about
Because
that.
I was like, wow, it doesn't look the same on television.
There's been people.
Hello.
There's been people released lately.
Go ahead.
Estrogen. It's the estrogen.
It is.
It's everywhere.
It's all around me. I can feel.
24/7.
I can feel right now. I'm holding water just being around me. There's an issue that in WWE right now, and there's been a few people released lately for drug testing.
Yes.
Just a few people, and there's some who are behind the door when they do the drug testing.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
one are we talking about?
Well, Ricardo is out. I don't know if anyone else other than Ricardo is out.
I know what he was taking.
What was Ricardo? What was he taking?
GNC fat burners.
That doesn't
What?
seem so bad.
I know. They won't let you
GNC.
take anything. GNC fat burners.
You're kidding me.
Wow.
Everybody takes
Got a
those.
face like this kid.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness.
And you have Ryback at what weight?
291.
And that's natural?
Makes absolutely no sense in the world.
None.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, okay, so here's the match. He's in there with Miz. Miz right away, Ryback tweaks his knee. I don't know, it's just kind of like a
Oh yeah, I
fluke.
loved that part.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, by all means. He tweaks his knee, and then he immediately starts selling the leg throughout the whole
the
match.
whole time.
That's another thing
That
I
was
was
the
going to bring up.
best.
Old school selling again.
You have to. You have to.
I'm still
And I
selling
don't-
this finger.
And honestly, I mean, I'm not talking. Are you?
See?
Oh, look at that sell.
Yeah, I'm still selling it.
It's in the pawn shop now.
That is a commitment to your sport. Oh God. Oh my God. So
Yeah.
I feel like I mean, and I'm not gonna say any. I don't do indie stuff.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. I'm under contract with WoW. That's what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I feel like I've seen some indie shows. I feel like that's kind of what indie shows are missing. I don't feel people sell so much. I'm sorry.
You're right. That's
Sorry.
exactly right.
I know some of my girls. I love Santana Garrett. I love some of these girls, but it's just not. It doesn't do it for me. It's not like that old, and I've be training with Leilani Kai. I mean, it's all about the sell, and you have
Absolutely.
to. You guys look better together if you're
believable.
doing that. You have to, and people want to see the show, and they want to see you doing
Yeah.
that. And so he sold that leg that whole
The
time.
whole time.
He did not forget about it because it's easy to forget and go, oh well, oh
Exactly.
shoot, my leg, the whole time, even towards the end.
She actually gets it.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry,
No,
but
that's-
I love it.
No,
Yeah,
she
I
gets
love
it.
She
and,
does.
and the Miz kept going after the leg.
Oh yeah, it was.
He's old school too.
It was great.
Well,
It
he
was
was
great to
trained.
watch.
He was trained by the Ballards.
you're kidding.
Oh.
From the beginning? Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah. Now, don't you think the Ballards would be loving to be in this?
Well,
movie?
they have made
Hello,
comments and have
Bob.
emailed them and told them that he knows that we talk about him.
Cool.
But it got off a while. Triple H is back in the booking. He's putting everything together. He was trained by Killer Kowalski, who was old school. I worked with Killer Kowalski myself. So Triple H likes old school. And from what I'm told, he's bringing back more and more to WWE because it works better. It's
Wow.
just telling stories.
It seems to be working because
think so.
I know their ratings are going to be big no matter what. But from what I'm hearing within the industry, they're loving what they're seeing.
Yeah.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So here's what I thought was really interesting. Okay, so Miz is working the knee, and then Ryback hears a pop. Okay, it's like
Yes.
he sells a pop, and he's calling to the ref, my knee, and then he's like,
I'm hurt. And he takes a knee. He takes the bandage. What he have like a bandage or something on, and he takes it off, and he's like holding it forever. I was like, yes.
perfect,
Yes.
perfect, because you didn't know. You're like, is he going to be out? Is this how it's going to end right here?
I
Is
can go on.
Yeah, yeah.
That takes me back until 2001 when I saw that because I had an injury. I tore my quad in a match.
Oh.
And literally I had no leg from the knee down. My
Wow.
leg from where it was attached went out this way, everywhere but underneath me. And it literally tore right off, and so just the bone was holding it. And I still had 7 minutes to go. We were taping.
Oh.
And I had to go around on one leg outside the ring, inside the ring.
You kept going.
I had to keep going. We had
It
time
was
limit.
tape. Oh man.
And so I got I got to the dressing room and I duct taped it.
Did you win?
Yeah, I did actually.
Good.
I duct taped it, and it started to swell up, so the
Right.
fluid held me tight. Then I went home and I walked around for 4 or 5 days with a
Yeah.
crutch. Went back to the gym, worked this leg, came home on Thanksgiving Day, fell out my back door and ripped that quad.
Jeez.
So now both of them were gone. So when he said that about my leg, I felt something pop. I literally felt it pop when it went. I thought I just knocked it out of joint, but it really tore the tendon right off. And it happens all the time to a lot of wrestlers.
But you had, but during the match, I'm sure you felt it. But the adrenaline too kind of kept you. Did you feel?
It wasn't painful. It just went, and then it got numb. But my mind kept thinking, "What happened? What did I
What's
do?
going
Is it
on?
out of joint, or is it torn, or what?" I didn't think about tear right away. And then, sure enough, it was. There was like a big divot in it. It just wasn't connected.
Well, you know what I thought was interesting is that we see a lot of cells, right? And we see
Yeah.
a lot of that. But this was the first time I've actually, heard it. Like I heard it pop, and I'm like, I bought that hook, line, and sinker.
I
was
bought
like,
it too.
"Yay!"
I actually believed him. Maybe it did happen because it happens. I mean,
Yeah.
Triple H tore his. and Vince got up in the ring and tore both his off as well.
Wow.
So it does happen, and
course.
and with Ryback with the heavy squatting and all the stuff he's taking, it can happen too.
Yeah.
So it didn't surprise me.
So so the ref's coming over, right? To like, are you okay? Are you okay? And then Ryback uses that distraction, that diversion, to go after Miz, puts him in a fireman carry, which here's another brilliant sell. Are you going to say it?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's
I know what you're gonna say though.
okay. So he's got Miz over his shoulder, and his leg gives out for a
Yes.
second. Did you see that? It was just like,
takes him back.
and then he uses just his brute strength to.
Yeah, it was done well.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
It was definitely. He's come a long way too from last year as just basically a bodybuilder that went into wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely put his heart and soul into it.
I love that he's from Vegas.
Yeah.
I keep saying that because I'm a Vegas girl.
We won't hold that against you
No,
or him.
it's like from Las Vegas, and I'm like,
We love it too, right?
Oh yeah, I'm going there for 3 weeks just to hang out. I wanna go when
112 right
I
now.
want to go when it's the hottest. The last time I went to a Gold's Gym convention,
124.
and I had workout shoes on, and the cement burnt right through my shoes.
I believe it.
And they look like gum sticking to the pavement.
Oh no!
Honest to God, yeah. My toes,
left the shoes on
my
the
toes,
road.
my toes were so hot I called it tow truck just to get me out of there.
I believe it. I believe it. Spent 35 summers there. So here's a cute little promo with Renee. She's interviewing Sheamus.
Yes.
Okay. And here's my favorite part of this whole thing, because Sheamus does his little spiel. And he's always good at it, and,
Yeah.
and
You
nothing's
like
ever going to
Sheamus.
go wrong. You do like him?
You like him.
I do like him. I like him for a couple different reasons. I know he's trained at the Monster Factory in Paulsboro, New Jersey, and they're such old school guys. It's really, if you knew this town, you would just know the love that they have for wrestling. Even collegiately, they've got over 4,000 wins. Their high school has 4,000 wins, which is unheard of.
That's a hard word to say.
Collegiately, did I say it
Collegiately.
correctly?
That's a hard word to say. That's a mouthful. Collegially?
Yeah.
I can see that.
I can't say El Nino, but El Niña,
Without an accent.
but I can say collegiately. Okay, so
I'll exercise it now.
here's what I thought was really super
One more time.
uber cute. Seamus thinks Renee's pretty, so oh, cute because I think you're pretty, and I just was like, oh,
She's like, oh.
Staring off at him.
That's nice. He showed it. He had a tender moment.
it was sweet. I like
Everyone
that.
gets those.
It's all right.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
he worked it out. He worked it really well. So here, I thought we were going to go into another match, but it turned out that they converted the ring into like a office style. Their first ever diva contract in
Right.
the WWE. So it's this, the scene is set. We've got AJ sitting behind the desk, and Kaitlyn's on the other side, and Teddy is going to orchestrate this whole thing, and it's going to be the first ever signed diva contract in which I think it's tonight they're battling for that championship. What did you think of that?
Well, I mean, it was predictable what was going to go on, with Kaitlyn and all that, and AJ is always so, she's always got something back on somebody, and she ran that video, of course, which upset her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't followed them that much. I like both of them. I think they're good in the ring. I think it'll be an interesting match. AJ never gets a chance to wrestle much, and she's really good at it.
Well, for me, I've seen AJ kind of go from this villain character where she's bringing a lot more. She's working it completely differently now. It's more animated, let's say. So it's got a real animated feel, which I think gives her a chance to really develop who her character is. And it's kind of sassy, and it's challenging. And I got to tell you, I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah, she was good. She's definitely good.
Oh, she was, and I know it's a lot of that has to be off the cuff. I mean, she's able to. It's not like script where she's reading lines.
No.
She's just in Kaitlyn's face and cocky and arrogant.
Licking the pen and just
I loved that.
Yes, that comes out of character. I mean, and you girls know this. You can only memorize so much dialogue, and then you
Puts
forget
your
it.
legs up.
And you forget
Oh
it.
my
So you've
God.
got to go into character and just let it come out. Right?
So with AJ, I thought, what else is she going to pull out of her basket of tricks? And it's the text messages.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
God! She starts reading these text messages, and then who she had as support standing behind her are slowly starting to turn. Like, golly, so this is who you are? Dang! But it doesn't faze Kaitlyn. She's like, you know what? I'm losing my friends. I've lost, so much already. I don't really care. I'm
Yeah.
going to see you in the ring, and. And then Kaitlyn goes after AJ, which was kind of cool because you could see just how strong Kaitlyn is.
She's very strong.
Yeah. So Kaitlyn slaps Big E.
Pretty
which-
hard too.
Yeah. it's
He
brilliant.
felt it. He was like, I got slapped pretty hard.
Pretty hard.
Oh man, brilliant! I love that. I think girls should slap guys all the time on television. Is it just me?
that.
Yeah,
Just on
and
television.
Just on television. I think.
How about on radio?
It doesn't come
I want to tell you something. You've got
on podcasts?
you've got a very good face for radio.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so we don't get to see Fandango very much for some reason. They're playing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is like the second time in like 5 or 6 weeks that we've actually seen him in a match. I think he's doing a lot of Raw stuff. He's playing around over there, but we miss him on SmackDown. And okay, so I am such a huge Fandango fan because we all talk about character development, and you guys, and wow, the way you guys are going over as superheroes, as comic book characters, Fandango falls right in that
He's
line.
very much like David McLean, like 100%. That's why I like it. Comes out and he's dancing and he's doing these moves. I'm like, I love this guy. I love him.
And he's a good wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that you have to have that. I can't just be all show, you know. So
Exactly.
he's good. He's fun to watch.
No, he's got a good body. He's got a good look. He
Yeah.
dances. He's into his own dances like no one else is
And he's
around.
dancing while he's
Yeah.
while he's wrestling. Like he'll do a move and just kind of
It's like
do this
nobody's
thing.
even there.
What is
He doesn't
happening?
care.
It's so awesome. Is it? I know I'm not the only one, but I so want to see him on Dancing with the Stars.
I know. I feel like,
It's like he would be perfect.
Yes, with those.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Oh,
They might
please
have
put
been
him on
negotiating
Dancing
it.
with the Stars.
Oh my gosh.
They might be
Perfect.
negotiating it.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
I will
mean,
dance with you, Fandango.
Oh,
I will be.
Come in, right?
come dance.
I will
Come
too.
dance.
I'll dance with him too.
So,
On stage?
I thought, okay, so Fandango's gonna wrestle Wade Barrett. Okay,
Yeah.
and this is Wade is like so over it already, and he's just like so.
Wade was good. He
just-
kicked ass.
Yeah, he did. He totally did. What did you think about Zeb on the commentary table with Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger standing next to him?
Well, I don't know what to think about that. I mean, it was there. And
the
there was
real Americans.
Yeah, there's a lot going back and forth. I was more into the match than them.
Okay.
I mean, they talk a lot. Zeb talks a lot, and sometimes it makes sense. Actually, I'm afraid to say, but you know, about being an American and this and that, he does make
yeah.
sense. But you know, they're to antagonize and do what they do. They get the point across.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they did. They did. When Fandango, I have to go back, like, because Fandango, his character, he has different costumes for. And I love to look at the costumes. To me, that's a form of
likes
entertainment.
Fandango.
I like fashion. I like what you're doing with your hair. I like who your valet is. You know, it's the whole thing. But he comes out in this, like, quasi-leopard print thing with these big flare pants. And I just, like, I love him. I can
not
just
jealous yet?
imagine. Are you jealous?
They have a good costume department.
Freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I just had to I just had to do a shout out to that and the designers over there at the WWE
they're
because
definitely
it's
good.
really working. Summer Rae, she's flawless. Absolutely beautiful to watch. She's flawless as a dancer. She should also go on Dancing
Yeah, I
with
was
the
just
Stars.
gonna say that.
Yeah. Okay, so out comes Team Rhodes Scholars during this whole match. They're doing all these cutaways. You got, you know, the real Americans, and then out comes the Rhodes Scholars, and then they do their little quibbling back and forth. And in the interim, Fandango's dancing around Wade Barrett, and
He has no clue.
yeah, oh my God, it's awesome. But actually, Fandango wins that with a quick pin.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
That was just kind of surprising.
They're putting him over. They're keeping him over.
I feel like it was too fast.
Way too
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah,
It
like I
just
was
a
like,
couple
that's
minutes.
it?
There's a couple matches that were too
Come
fast like that,
on,
but they're time limits. You know, they have their commercial
Yeah.
breaks and all that. No, and
sometimes
they
so
had
good,
what,
you want
7
them to go
matches.
on.
They had 7 matches to fit in there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of matches.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the indie shows here, they do like 15 matches. I don't know why, because by
And
the
they're
time
all boring.
they're all boring. Every one of them. They are.
Sorry.
We went to one. We went to one out in Simi Valley, and we stayed like for 3 matches. Or
How long
something.
ago? Just recently?
I think we spend more time in the dressing room, right?
Yeah, we did, just bullshitting around.
Yeah.
Was it a couple? It was about three months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Simi Valley.
Well, the after this match, they did a Raw flashback
Yeah.
where they kind of showed you it was like a more
Montage.
yeah, it was a bigger montage, a longer version of what they were showing us, and then the Wyatts came out Monday night.
Right.
Monday night was the big night for the Wyatts, and they were
I didn't see that.
sadistic.
Did you see it?
Neat.
I
That's
know
a
I
big
didn't watch.
word.
Yeah, so I'm full of big words today.
Yeah.
I know.
She read the dictionary last night.
It's right there.
I'm sitting on it.
You slept on
Is that how you absorb it by sitting on
Yeah, I sit on it. And
it. You put it on your pillow, right?
I don't have a dictionary. I have what they call the Wikipedia.
The Wikipedia.
I love Wikipedia.
Yes.
No, I said Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Oh, Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Oh,
my own
I'm
book.
so sorry.
My own words.
Oh my goodness.
That's on selling his
I'm still
store.
writing it.
That he only understands.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually wrote that after I finished the internet. So
Well, here's what's interesting. Okay, so the Wyatts come out. They're sadistic
Yeah.
with their approach. Their first match is with Kane, which is why we don't see him on SmackDown because they were so. They were just so malicious with him. They grabbed the metal stairs, which God knows how much that weighs, and they throw it at his head. Oh my God! When they did that, when I was watching that little flashback, again, we talk about the head, and we talk about like trust in the person
Oh,
that
my
you're working
goodness.
with, and that you got to have a lot of trust to just sit there open and just take
Not
the
just say
stairs
it.
to your head like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not anyone you can trust with some stairs.
Yeah.
To your face.
No, thank you.
Just saying.
But those stairs aren't really that
Why
heavy.
would they do
They're
that?
aluminum. Well, because that's what their job is to destroy.
Throw
Throw
stairs.
stuff.
And they
Yeah.
get paid for it.
Yeah.
Throwing,
And
screaming,
Stairs, chairs, ladders, tables,
whatever you can find.
popcorn machines, hot
it
dog
fun?
stands. Oh yeah. But those stairs are made out of aluminum, and they're not that heavy, but they're sharp.
Oh yeah, they are.
You know, there's a lot of sharp corners that can really hurt you if you fall wrong on them. And chances are I'd probably cut myself, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Mm,
They
well,
would go
this
after
is-
you.
I cut myself at Starbucks. I'll cut myself with stairs. So,
This is why Kane's not wrestling tonight
yeah.
on the pay-per-view
Oh, yeah,
ladder
that's right.
match. He's
Yeah.
out, physically out.
He cut himself.
But here's to me, this was when they opened up to match number 6, which was
Yes.
Alberto Del Rio. And first of all, I would like to take a step back and apologize for last week when I was calling Alberto Antonio, and you didn't stop me for
I
like
don't-
you just let me go.
I was
you
sleeping.
just let me take it. And I was like
dozing
Antonio
off.
Del Rio, Antonio Del Rio. And
Why
it's
did you say
Alberto.
that?
Because I was thinking about something about
was checking
Antonio
if you were sleeping.
earlier,
Yeah.
and then I just had this brain fart.
I don't know. I probably wasn't
And it
listening.
just kept happening and happening and
And he didn't do anything to stop it. No wink. I didn't get anything from this guy.
Secret message. Like
Yeah.
Secret maneuver.
He could have
What
wrote
guy?
a note. You could have wrote a note, Alberto.
I didn't have a pen. And I don't have one right now either.
I wasn't here to help.
That's right. I was left hanging. Oh my gosh.
So Antonio Del Rio.
Yeah, Antonio Del Rio,
sure?
current heavyweight
Just call him
champ.
that again.
What did I say?
Antonio Del Rio.
Thank you. Okay. What is up?
I don't know.
It's a national radio.
You know,
I know.
oh my god.
It's
Oh my
about to
God.
fly out.
Alberto. Oh, that's
Alberto,
Politically,
please
think-
forgive me.
think
Alberto, she doesn't say my name either, right? So, El Nino, El Nina. All the same thing to her.
You know what? Mexican is hard.
Mexican.
I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
I'm just kidding.
Does this come off the table?
Wait.
Just kidding.
Is that a language?
You can speak Mexican?
can-
That's good. Me too.
I've
really
never heard that.
hard.
Have you ever heard that?
No, that's like special language.
Just totally kidding.
time
Alberto
on
Del
the
Rio, we
AfterBuzz.
love you, and all the
Alberto.
people of Mexico.
Alberto,
We love you
right.
too. Alberto Del
Sure.
Rio.
All right, you better keep going before you stick your foot in your mouth
Oh,
again.
Okay,
my
I'm not
God.
Mexican.
I'm not either.
Who's Mexican?
Just kidding.
Okay, so when I saw that Alberto Del Rio was coming out against Sin Cara, I was like, yay, lucha libre.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I was like,
You know,
finally.
for a minute,
Yes.
I thought it was Sin Cara.
Oh, I thought, not for a minute, I thought until I saw Ziggler's yellow
blonde,
hair
yeah.
popping out of the
Sticking
back
out
of
the
that. I honestly thought, wow, look at Sin Cara. It's like going at it.
I know.
Wasn't that great?
Although he was a little bigger.
I
just
didn't
a
know.
little.
Did you notice the size differential?
Yeah.
You did?
Not
Yeah.
right
I didn't.
away.
Okay.
She did too, by the way.
You did?
What?
The size?
The size difference?
That's
oh, yeah.
what she said.
That's what she said.
Hello.
Took my line away.
Oh my gosh. Well, basically, Sin Cara beats the crap out of Del Rio really fast.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's just like
Again, too quick.
blindsided him.
Well, because it was.
Yeah,
Sin
it was
Ziggler.
obviously. But
Yeah, yeah. But you don't know it, and
No, you
he
thought
leaves.
you thought what's going on here? Why
Yeah.
would they put him over
Yeah.
him?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it, because this goes back to that earlier promo with Teddy when
That's
Teddy
right.
says, "Get out. We don't want any trouble."
That's right.
Just goes to show you how that particular character of Ziggler is so charismatic that of course he would do that and be perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was worked out pretty well.
So, do you remember what happens?
Him impersonating him with a mask and all that.
Do you guys remember what happens right after this scene? We have Vickie coming out.
Yeah, she came out again.
Yeah. Carrying what in her hand? What does she have in her
the
hand?
ticket.
Yeah, the ticket. She paid
She's like,
something.
look, ripping it, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
Couch, the bed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Vickie had to buy a ticket because she's no longer a WWE
I
employee,
know,
which
it was
I thought
hilarious.
was
She doesn't know
brilliant.
anybody to let her in the door.
Yeah.
So she got a ticket. I just thought that was so funny. That was just to me was so funny.
Yeah.
She went on and on about respect. You know, she's not getting any respect, and then Teddy comes out and he calls security. They need like 5 security guards.
Last week I had 2 words for you, or or there were 2 words for you, you're fired. And then this week, security, 1 word for you. And they're just like following her, and she's kind of walking out. I'm like, aw.
I know. Don't you want to see her back now?
I know, yeah, I do. I
be
have
back.
to.
it
But
sad?
cannot, yeah, well, it's funny. Well, it's sad, but.
You know what? I hope they work this angle because they can do such
So
funny
much with
it. With her just trying to get in through the back door.
Oh, they can
Everything
carry
awesome.
that.
Oh,
They can
God.
stretch it out for a bit.
Oh, God.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So, so again, they do another quick, like, it's like a montage of RVD, who is a Philadelphia favorite. And he's going to go over big time tonight on the ladder match. And I don't know if he's going to win the ladder match or not, but he's going to be a big fan favorite in Philadelphia.
Who?
RVD.
Yes?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
The ladder
Okay.
match?
Ladder match tonight. Pay-per-view.
Ladder meaning the match that was later on in the show. Ladder?
Ladder.
Pay-per-view means you got to pay to view it.
Right.
Is he like this all day?
It's on pay-per-view.
Yes.
All day long.
I'll finally get to see Sheamus.
Ladder later.
We finally
Ladder
get to
later.
see Sheamus
It's a
come
ladder
out.
day.
Latter-day
Latter-day
Saints.
Saints, yeah.
Latter-day Saints.
So Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior, versus Randy Orton, the Viper. And here's, again, I love
Like that's never been done before.
those two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I really enjoy watching is when the size, when I get to see I get to see 267 against 245, but they had the same height. They looked really good together. Sheamus is a little bit bigger, Randy's not, but they got, they can, when they're doing the snap suplexes and when they're beating each other in the face, it just works so much better. It's like awesome. Like, of
Yeah.
course Sheamus is
Yeah.
going to oversell it. Did you see who threw that?
Yeah.
It's going to work. For me, there's a believability factor that
Yeah.
I just love when I see two similar, sized opponents.
I've always liked Orton. Sheamus is good. I mean, he's good. I think I'd rather see him as a heel. I don't know why, but he's kind of like...
And he's not?
No, he's a baby face, and he's like too sweet as a baby face. Too sweet all the time.
Did he ever go heel?
Yeah.
Did he? How did that go over?
I think it was okay.
Okay. All right.
Just okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was okay.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, one of the things that I really enjoyed about this match is, do you remember the arm bar Randy did?
Yes.
It was outside the ring, and then Sheamus was selling all over the place. But it was just like, you have to take a bump, like, bam, real fast like that. And it's just, giants, and then and all this goes through my head, and I flash through like what it's like to be in the indies and training and working your way up, and then you're in the big game, and then you're on tour 200 and some odd days
Yeah.
a year, and then you got the Raw, you got SmackDown, you got your pay-per-views, you're nonstop, always taking and always trying to
All day
push
taking
yourself.
that.
Yeah. That these guys, I don't know if they get enough kudos from their fans, but people in the industry like that have worked it, we have a lot of respect for what they're
Well,
doing.
because I've had people come over and get in my ring, like production companies, they want to get in and take a bump. They do, oh my God, that hurts. They're not used to it. The ropes, the ropes bruise me, and
That's why when people ask, like, oh, well, is it, they're asking me, they always want to know, is it fake? Is it this and that? And I'm like, look, we're athletes. This is happening. When we're getting hit, we're falling. This is the real deal,
Yeah.
Like,
Getting injured.
I broke... I fractured my ribs. McLean doesn't even know. This is probably, if he's even watching or listening, it will be the first time he hears this, because during a practice, I broke my ribs, and I didn't know I broke my ribs. I thought I just like pulled
Yeah.
a muscle. I didn't know what it felt like, and then I couldn't really breathe.
You can't breathe.
And I'm like, what's going on? I had to do my show like that. So he doesn't know, but now he knows. But it's something that yes, I had fractured ribs. So if you're asking me if it's real, then yes, it's real,
It's a common question. You
yeah.
guys don't really fall. Is it real? Do you really
Yeah.
hit with chairs? Yes to all the
tell them
above.
how real it is.
Of course.
You know how real it is.
I know. You know how
You see me walk.
Yeah, you're damaged.
I'm damaged for
Yeah,
life.
I feel it already. I feel it.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling it in the
Yeah.
back, but it's part of it, and it's the way it works.
I know, and we all pay this price.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think people really understand how much we have to love this sport
Yeah.
if we're going to pay.
Well,
this
their
money.
answer is that but they know who wins. It doesn't matter who wins.
Right.
You're still doing
But the
15
audience
minutes. in
doesn't
there.
know.
No, they don't know.
No.
It's not a matter who wins or loses. It's who you shower with anyway. At the end of the night. So.
Right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, okay. So in this match, and I don't want to minimalize it because, and that's another big word. I just
Minimalize.
minimalize. Is
Yeah,
that even a real word?
I think we just made it up.
At the end of the
One of
match-
Rick's
Oh my God.
words.
It's a
Dictionary word.
it's a Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Oh, sorry.
It's in the book of Rickapithecus. And you learn from the school of Rickonology.
Well, here's what's going on in the match. They knew how to work the audience. They had
Sure.
these slow builds, and they had several climaxes throughout the match. You had,
That's what she said.
You could use several other analogies for that word if you like. It's okay.
Okay, what's rated PG? But we have Randy with his clothesline, Sheamus with the Irish
His
curse. They were really just two rag dolls
Clothesline?
in the
Yeah.
ring. It was awesome. They were just rag dolls, and if they were selling exhaustion or they were really exhausted, it doesn't matter because it worked.
Oh yeah, I believed it.
They work hard.
I believe
Yeah.
that they were tired. I mean, they were tired.
Yeah.
And the turnbuckle, the punches, the headbutts, the punches, the headbutts. Oh my gosh! And just the energy. You know that this is not a 5-minute match. This
No.
went on for a very long time.
And aside from that, with all that you do, you have to keep the psychology and the storyline going. And you have to know where to come in, where not, and where, and people don't realize that.
Yeah.
They just watch,
No, there was a lot of energy.
It's like watching ping pong. So,
Well, in this one, do you remember towards the end of the match, there's these distractions. There's this thing going on with Sheamus and Randy, and out comes Daniel Bryan
Right.
to sneak the ladder to grab that briefcase, right? And what it was almost like a taste of what you were going to see if you paid for the pay-per-view
Teaser.
tonight. It was a great teaser because it went on 4 or 5 minutes. It seemed like it was okay. So first, I had to write this down because it was so awesome. We have at first it's Daniel. Then it's Sheamus, stopped by Christian, stopped by Sheamus, stopped by Christian, stopped by Bryan, stopped by Orton, who grabs the briefcase at the end. I mean, that was just, they're pulling each other down, they're fighting to get up, and it was beautiful, actually, which
Yeah.
made me think that if you did buy the pay-per-view tonight, you were probably going to get your money's worth.
no, that's a good
Getting a little
finish
bit of that.
to the whole thing.
You're going to have your money in the bank.
There's a voice out of the clouds.
Your money
It's all
in
in
the
the
bank.
briefcase?
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good name for the paper.
Well, that's what the pay-per-view's called.
I know.
Oh, you got me, Angelina. You got me.
Joke.
That's some crazy acting skills there.
Maybe at the end of the show, Steve can put some money in our bank.
That would be nice.
we'll
That would
take
be
the-
so
we'll-
nice.
we'll
We'll
take a
take it. We'll
suitcase.
take you out to lunch. So that was it for SmackDown. I really enjoyed it. Really, really
You know-
love what I'm watching on TV right now.
I'm when you're in the business, and you've been in business how long?
Just a little bit.
All right, I've been in
We don't want to.
46 years.
She's a
Just
baby.
about that much time.
I get a little jaded, and I see
bet.
things differently than other people see them. And like the Ballards do, we see the mistakes and we see what goes on. So it's really hard to get involved and really enjoy something because you see all the things that fans don't see.
Of course.
But the past few weeks, I've actually enjoyed it. I mean, the matches have been really good. Going back to the old school, I really like that.
What do you think? Yeah. Do you think that that's what's happening? That
Yeah.
they're really like
Yeah.
tapping into that old school feel?
I think so. I think so. I'm getting involved in the storyline more.
Yeah.
When they used to say the boys being the wrestlers in the dressing room, get to watch a match and they really believe the match, you've got a good match. When the boys come out of the dressing room and say, wow, that was really good.
That was great.
Because they buy it. And it's getting to be a lot better. I mean, no disrespect to the wrestlers. They're all good.
I know.
They're told what to do, so they do what they're told. But they're all good guys, and they all work hard. Much better than they did years ago. They do a lot more.
Yeah.
So I think the show is great. I really
They
like
get
it.
better all the time.
Absolutely.
They do.
Even I see it.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Episode 700 and what did I say?
25.
725. That's a lot of practice.
Well, okay. I guess we're going to close this out. And Ina, thank you for coming. Can we have your website
Sure. My website?
of your business?
It's www.mainco.com.
And it's a construction company.
It's a construction company, repair and service, and outsourced facility maintenance company.
And also on Facebook.
Facebook, Ina Tuler.
Yeah, as
Oh, actually, Mainco too.
Yes.
It's Facebook Mainco.
okay.
MAINTCO.
Yes. And Melissa, how about your where we can find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Wow La Niña. So, so Facebook.com. WOWLANINA, not O, so no Lo Niño. And you can also find me on Twitter under at wow_La Niña, so LANINA. So I didn't think about it too. So La Niña, yeah.
Now, if we want to follow the WOW promotion, where can we find that?
Wow. You can find us at www.wowe.com. So wowe.com, and you can follow us. You can go on Facebook too and just type up WOW, and you'll find us. So.
As long as you follow us.
Yeah.
Just follow and like us.
Yeah, just
And
like us.
Angelina, we can find you everywhere.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
I got this, so don't worry about it.
Mine at Little Egypt. I'm on Twitter at Little Egypt, and for Facebook, the official page of Little Egypt. Serious inquiries only. AngelinaAltician.com.
Yeah.
And I want to pitch Logo TV because they've been airing our documentary Glow, the story of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. We just lost Big Bad Mama a couple weeks ago, and she's in the documentary. So it's really a heartfelt story about sisterhood, and being that you're part of the David McLean family, you're like our little children, and we get to watch you grow and evolve. I hope that you have a chance to watch it too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I saw the documentary.
Yes.
You were in it.
I was in it.
You were in it.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you'll see it.
Oh,
okay.
Well, you know where you can find me?
No.
Right here.
With me.
Okay.
At RicDrasin.com, RicksCorner.com, my sponsors, AnabolicsOutlaws.com, ActorsEntertainment.com. So, and Starbucks on Alot and Ventura, 10 o'clock any morning in the men's room.
Until I come over.
Reading the paper.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.